my entire time I've been in sales, most of my corporate life, my adult life, and everything I was ever trained on when working with people was to set these SMART goals, right? The specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound goals. And what I found was, both in my own life as someone who was selling and looking to make money, and what I see with other people I'm working with, is that limits you. Because if we're, especially that A and the R, the achievable and realistic, if we do what we feel is achievable and what we think is realistic, that can only be based on our past experience, right? So whatever has happened to me in the past, that's my yardstick generally for looking into my future as to what can I do. If I've been making $100,000 a year, then it might feel realistic to make $120,000 a year. And so therefore I'm going to shoot for that, and I'm generally going to fall a little bit short. So I'm going to hit, maybe I'm going to see a 10 or 20% improvement and feel good about that. Well, at least I did that much. When I work with people, I like to set the goal so far out there that there's no chance we'll ever achieve it on purpose. An unreasonable goal. This goal is not, when I want a goal that when they tell their friends about it, they're embarrassed to, because they're going to get laughed at, that their family's not going to believe that they can ever do that thing. Those are the kind of goals I started setting for myself just for fun. And the crazy part is I've never hit one of them, but I've taken leaps and bounds ahead in terms of my own trajectory. And so I started playing with that with my clients and saying, let's not play it safe. There's a client I had, and we talked about her earlier, where we first sat down. She said, my goal, man, it would be great if I could see a 10% increase in my business this year. And I said, I'm not that interested in working on a 10% increase. What's completely outrageous? Give me a goal that you feel uncomfortable even telling me it's so big. And she says, well, like a 25% increase in my business, there's no way I could do it, but man, that's unreasonable. And I said, great, then that's our goal. And that month she had a 20% increase in her new business, that first month, because we weren't shooting for 10%. And so we started doing, the next question is, what would you do? So if we really wanted this 25% increase, what would be different in terms of how you operate? And we start living into that. Who would you need to be? How would you need to show up differently every day to make that happen? And we start playing with this stuff and taking these little steps towards it, and all of a sudden that completely outrageous, unreasonable goal gets closer and closer to the point where we start to see, man, we could actually do this.
It starts to seem not quite so unreasonable
Yeah.
anymore.
And I think the value that having someone in your corner, having a coach in your corner, is I don't see the limitation. You're not allowed to sell me on why it's unreasonable. I have yet to have somebody throw a goal out there that's so big where I say, you're right, Steve, that's outrageous. Let's stop now, because there's no way we're going to hit that. They tell me these goals that are in their head are completely out there, and all I hear is, my thought is we can, okay, that sounds good. So let's make a plan and let's achieve that goal. It's only in our own minds that these things are unreasonable.
Yeah.
So that's why I require they do that, because that's our first big break. We're going to snap that thinking. We're going to open the gate that you've had yourself in this cage your whole life of trying to be safe and reasonable and only do what is realistic for us. Let's just blow the doors off that day one. And now we can do anything.